doesn't change. Even though he could get a new jacket, he still left it. So I told him he should take a picture in here because it fits in with his aesthetic. You know, the ripped clothes, you can see the lining. His jeans are all ripped, even his shoes. And you know, he's still a nice guy to talk to and everything, and he's just down in his luck, but he would blend in with the thing. And I guess on him, like I would be like, well, what size shoes? I'm not sure if he would even take the new shoes if I would give him, because he's like, I'm okay with this old thing. My aesthetic, you know, somebody else is going to look at him and say, oh, well.
I think the whole homeless thing is another social construct. Because it's constantly reminding you, if you don't obey us, this is how you're going to live. So we sort of have this violent...
there is a violence there. There is, that is the unsaid. That's the unsaid part, right?
Exactly.
And there is a violence in, like I just got evicted last year and I stayed longer. And part of the thing with me losing, well, like, why am I staying longer? I could just leave all this stuff here. But part of me was, because maybe I like my objects or whatever, I'm gonna get rid of this used couch. I'm gonna get rid of this thing. I'm gonna downsize and I'm gonna take more time. And it was a little bit more stressful, and I'm gonna leave it empty, whatever. So I did that, but you know, I had to stay there longer, and you know, during the pandemic or whatever. But yeah, it was difficult. I guess it was difficult, you know, getting rid of all your things that you to make whatever space. You know what I mean? But then there's also the aspect, there's the violence of, okay, if you're not given enough time to get rid of certain things, so it's 3 bedrooms and stuff, so it's like 3 beds or 4 beds, and it's like, it takes more time. But there's like a violence there of like, okay, you're just going to toss this in the dump if you don't get out, you know, if you're supposed to go in a certain time and you can't get rid of it. All these objects, it's worthless because it's the house that has the value, and this is what happens a lot, right? The house is the value, so you're just going to toss everything because, well, what are we going to do with it? You know, there's not enough spaces for people to resell. You've got to clean it. I think Goodwill cleans a lot of stuff. Somebody told me she has to process 300 kind of things a day almost to resell. So I'm kind of like, okay, if something's dirty and you give it to them, well, it's probably going to go straight in the trash because they don't have time to make it look like it should be resellable. So I don't know. That's just I guess that's just the human thing too. Things get dirty. They become less. That's part of the process too. Things get dirty. Somebody doesn't want it because it's dirty, and somebody hasn't cleaned it. Maybe they don't have the time, so it just gets tossed because it's dirty. It's not even the fact that, because there's something in Palo Alto. They have I don't know if you've heard of it, Repair Cafe.
I heard it.
So they have a Repair Cafe. So you fix something, but something that's making somebody not want something or to keep it or to buy the new one. It's just like, okay, it's dirty. Might not even be broken. But there's the devaluing, I guess, as well. You know, something like the shiny. I think you're on the verge of realizing this construct. That's great. Yes, and I have studied a little bit of Buddhism, and I do have this old egg. Well, I try to fix things as well, right? So I have this, and I know there's this art object in Japan or someplace, and I think it's seen as being the most valuable or something, but it's an art piece that just has like let's say you look at the top of that thing and it just has a crack or something in the ice or something. And it's because it lines up with the Buddhism that everything is kind of broken, or over time things are broken. So the egg is inside the little container, and it's got the Buddhist thing on it, but now it's broken because it's the little thing that it was on broken. But I think it's even nicer. Because now it's like broken at the top. I glued the little bit back. I don't know, but now it's outside the container. I'm not sure if maybe it's got to go back in the container again. But the container's got that Asian silk kind of little pattern thing, which I don't. Maybe it looks a little bit.
So in Japanese vocabulary, there's a word called Wabi-sabi or something. That means it's not perfect.
It's not perfect. Yes, it's kind of So that's the idea, and maybe that's the hard thing when you're an artist. You're like, what I do like is I do music as well. So I'm like making something, and like you improvise, and I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just trying to make stream of consciousness,
right,
kind of thing. And well, that's what I don't like about the '80s music is it's too produced.
Yeah.
The '60s music is more raw.
Yeah.
It's not. You have some of the mistakes there, or it's just not as clean. Like maybe it's not as digital, right?
Yeah.
It's analog. So that's maybe it's from growing up in the farm and it kind of things are a little bit more
organic.
Organic.
Yeah.
Whereas in the digital, maybe compressed.
Yeah.
80s, maybe things are more urban.
Yeah.
Polished up and kind of digital or something like that. Maybe there's something about that. But
yeah.
But yes, and my sister is. There's some guy, I guess he's supposed to be the reincarnation of Jesus, and he's supposed to be Buddhist too.
Really?
And my sister started following, but she's doing that in Ireland, so that's not. And he's got his own trinkets. What she's selling has a kind of a